I'm going on a bit of a hike today. Came back to the property that I shot my first turkey on. In hindsight, it was one of the best things that could have happened. All weekend, it thunderstormed so hard. I mean, lightning pretty much for 48 hours straight. Torrential downpours, wind. It was nearly impossible for a gobbler to find his hens and enjoy that springtime merriment. Monday morning came around and me and my buddy Matt came barreling down this trail, not even anticipating how epic the gobbling would be that morning. Right here on this hill is where we got on our first gobbler. And that bird came within 40 yards, but never came out of the brush. I never saw that bird. And he turned around and was gone. Dude, so we got up, licked our wounds, and got on the next bird. There was multiple birds gobbling, so we just cut back and went 3 fingers down, 300 yards that way, and set back up. Hunting off steep fingers like this has a major advantage because you don't need cover. Look at how open this is. You don't need cover because 25 yards that way, where my hand is, see this? That is 25 yards away and I cannot see anything over the edge. It is so steep. So I can sit right against this tree. A bigger tree's better. When that gobbler pops his head up, I don't need cover. I'm ready to shoot. He's in range. He cannot see me before that point. And that's what we found ourselves in with the next bird. We sat on a steep ridge, really thick brush though. And he came up. This is bird number 2. Came up the ridge. We're talking 35, 40 minutes after that first bird worked us. We're already on another one. Oh, and I could not see him. I had no idea where he was. It was paralyzing. I thought it was gonna be just like the first one where he'd get disinterested and scoot. But he was there. And sure enough, he popped his head through the smallest gap in the brush. I just saw this little red head go whoop, and an eye, 12 yards, never even heard him. Snuck in, eyed me, sitting against that tree. Oh my goodness, I can still see it. Gone. I felt so bad for my buddy. He's working the call like a champ, and I am screwing it up for him. And you can tell, he's a patient guy, but you can tell, this is on you, Josh. Oh my goodness. Tails between our legs. We've got worked by 2 birds. It's on me, it is. It's mid-morning now, maybe 9, maybe 9:30. They found their hens. They're quiet. Gobbles have tapered into nothing. Well, there's one last spot we can go to. We haven't been there in a while. It's right on the property line, as all good spots are. So we made our way to the power line. This is so awesome. I'm just remembering, the picture in my head of what happened. We were standing here next to the power line deciding, do we go across? What if there's a gobbler up on the top? Like, should we walk the edge of it to try to get an idea of what's out there? Because they go out there and strut in the open. We're looking this way and talking, and out of the corner of his eye, he goes, don't move, don't move. 3 shadows glide across the power line. We're like, were those turkeys? Like, we just saw them just for a second. They just kind of disappeared over the ridge. So did we stay right there? Well, we're pretty aggressive. So we decided, let's jump across the power line, gave them the edge of the woods, and just go 1 ridge up. 1 ridge further, try to get them to come linearly to us, whatever it was, probably turkeys. We went up over here. Oh, yes. Oh, this is so awesome. I haven't seen this ravine in 10 years. Oh my goodness. Turkey. Longbeard, look at that. There he is, right there. Would you look at that? Chilling on the ridge. Let's stay here for a second. Oh, is that not providential? There he is. Let's sneak over here. I remember this so much different. I remember we got across here and we sat against a huge oak tree. There's no huge oak trees. That's really funny. I don't know though. Maybe it was this one. Okay. You got this double right here. Yep. Yep. That's what this was. That's what it was. Okay. So, I sat facing this way because the birds we saw fly in came down in front of us into the woods down here in this ravine. So he sat on this side of the tree and we just chilled. I'm gonna accidentally call him that gobbler that we saw, but that's okay. No gun, you can see it. This is preseason. We're sitting against this tree. Nothing. I'm concentrating all my energy down in the woods here, looking for movement along the drainage there. Movement. 15 yards, 3 jakes. Right over the edge. They're just walking. Didn't even see me. Just walking the edge, pretty much where we just walked. Right along the edge and then disappeared over the ridge. Call. Just give them a purr, 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 purr. Brr, brr. Nothing. These guys disappeared down. At this point, man, a jake would be a triumph. Dude, I'd be pumped. I wanted nothing more than those 3 jakes to turn around. I mean, that's all I could have asked for that day. And then... Is that as close as I think it is? He goes, don't move. Don't move. That's always Matt's go-to. Don't move. And I appreciate that. I say that to pretty much anyone I take turkey hunting. Don't move. Dude, this gobbler comes across this field, and I'm just gonna make you sit like I'm sitting. I couldn't turn. I wanted to so bad. Bah! Bah! Josh, I'm sorry. If he comes across, I have to shoot him. I'm like, do what you must, man. Do what you must. Shame is deep within me. I'm excited for him, but my goodness. Oh, I can't even see him. This gobbler's putting on a strut show at the edge of this field across this ravine, and I can't even look at it. So Matt's sitting on this side of the tree. I don't know why I'm whispering. And you can see right across this ravine. It's so open. Oh, there's that little grass line. That's where the grass starts coming into the woods from the field. And he's just back and forth. After about 30 minutes of this guy just fired up, he doesn't just turn off, he just backs up. He works his way up into the field, still hammering. Bah! As soon as he got out of sight, and that last gobble he gave us was clearly another 30 yards in the field. I'll never forget, I love this. Matt turns around, run as fast as you can to that field. Don't think twice, just go. Dude, if you're hunting with someone who knows the quarry you are after, you do what they say without hesitation. picked up my gun and I booked it down this, climbed the other side as fast as I could. Dude, that gobbler is still nailing. Bah! Got in position. Bah, 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 bah. My buddy Matt calls. Bah! 50 yards across the field up there. He's coming. Bah! Louder. All of a sudden, I hear Matt had dropped his slate call. It falls out of his vest and rolls down the steep ravine, making an absolute racket. That bird went berserk. Dude, this guy was flying the last 30 yards. I see black wings. He hits the brakes, lands in the tall grass, pops his head up out of the grass. Where is she? Boom, baby! My first gobbler. 20 yards, less than that. Probably 15 yards. Dude, I'm getting so pumped up even talking about this. The biggest bird I ever shot was my first bird. Here's the controversy. Here's the controversy. 24 or 26 pounds. I don't remember. 24 all day long. Confident of that. Huge bird. I remember telling my grandpa about this bird and he says, well, it's nice to get the biggest one in your life out of the way. And that's why I want to say it was 26, but I don't have any documentation. I don't have any video of me saying that. We just put it on the scale and I just remember it being a number that didn't matter at all to me because I knew nothing about birds. But I want to say it was a 26 pounder, but we're going to lean on 24. £24. Oh, I'm remembering now. Definitely 26. I remember how heavy he was. Heck, probably 30.